you're tired, you're cranky, and you feel like you are losing your mind, all because your baby won't stop crying. You're tired, cranky. You're tired, cranky, and feel like losing. Feel like and feel like you're tired, cranky, and feel like losing your mind, all because your baby won't stop crying. Okay, rather than the repetition of you, it's actually understood. This you can take care of all the others that come afterwards, because your baby won't stop crying. Okay, let's look at the headline. Stop stressing and get ready to sleep like a college freshman that just spent. I'm always suspicious of headlines that contain the word that. If a headline contains the word that, usually 99% of the time, it can be said in a more succinct way. It can be said in a more compact way. It could be expressed in a more compact way. Okay, it's all good to use comparisons, metaphors, but always be sure that the metaphor is very obvious and very striking. Okay, you don't want it to be too much of a stretch, especially in the headline. Again, in the headline, you want to be able to communicate your ideas as clearly and as simple as possible, so the person can get it the first time. They don't have to read it twice before they can get an understanding of what you're trying to say. So in this case, to sleep like a college freshman that just spent 3 nights cramming for exam is, you have to do too much of a thinking to get that. In fact, the most the clearest expression you can give, as far as I know, of sleeping is sleeping like a baby. Okay, I'm not saying that you should use that in that respect. Okay, you can actually use another idea for your headline, but to sleep like a freshman that just spent 3 nights cramming for an exam is just too many words to express one idea. To sleep at night, to sleep like a baby. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, this picture here is taking up a lot of important space, and I'm not sure if you really want to use all this precious space which is above the fold just for this picture. I would maybe it would be better if you kind of left justify this letter, this picture rather, so that you could have words around. Okay, but at the top here is just too much. Okay, it's just taking up too much space for the job that it's doing. Okay. Because an amazing baby soothing sound special offer is born as wife puts her foot down and demands that new father pony up. Okay, now and this is what I told you about originally as well too, is that you have expressed 3 different ideas already here. You have expressed the idea of the baby soothing sounds. You have expressed the idea of sleeping at nights and getting rid of stress. And here there's another idea expressed again. Wives put a foot down and demands that new father pony up, catch a professional baby for those. Okay, they don't fit. They don't flow. It's not logical. One doesn't flow into the other. So it's best to deal with one idea first and then move on to another idea, rather than have so many different ideas following one after the other. Okay, when my wife convinced me to pose and be prodded for new family photos, I never expected them to turn out as well as I did. When my wife convinced me to pose and prodded me for new photos, I never expected them to turn out as well as they did. My wife loves them. You see, and here now you're going into another idea again of taking pictures. Like, what does taking pictures have to do with the original idea? It doesn't really fit. Okay, you're talking about new family photos and baby, like, how does it fit in? Okay, so especially at the start of the letter, when you express so many different ideas and they don't really fit smooth into each other, you kind of confuse the person and they're not encouraged to read any further on. Okay, but I'll read further on because I'm doing the critique. Now I have to scramble to come up with $800 to pay for the photographer and get my best-selling. That means you benefit by getting my best-selling proven baby soothing sound library half price. Now that mind you. Okay, maybe this is a kind of reason why, but it doesn't fit. Okay, I will scrap this all together. It doesn't fit. This is something that you would use for maybe like a classified ad, or maybe on a forum board where you're selling your product and you want to give a reason why they should buy your product, you know, to say you want to raise money. But at this part of the letter here, it doesn't fit at all. Okay, so I would cut this all together. Okay, let's go and take this as the start of the letter. Dear frustrated parent, don't worry, just take the pictures if you don't like them. Again, cut the picture. That is exactly what my wife told me, that she nudged me into position of baby photos. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't work at all. Okay, it doesn't fit your initial promise. Okay, it doesn't fit into your initial promise. Okay, so the idea and the angle of, you know, taking the photos and so forth, it just doesn't fit into what the person, you want to, you know, promise the person at the start of the letter what you're going to do for them. Okay, their problem right now is that the baby don't sleep, keeps them up at night, and, you know, they want relief from that. So you want to promise them relief and let them know directly how they're going to get the relief. Okay, you kind of go around the bush in getting that way. You got to promise them relief as soon as possible. This is something like that is painful and frustrating, and you want to get over the frustration right away. Okay, so you have to talk and address that frustration right away at the beginning of the letter. Okay, let's move on. Okay, you are personally about to get your hands on the sleep-inducing secrets that Colic. Okay, this is where the letter really starts. Okay, here is where the letter really starts. Okay, this is what the person is concerned about. Okay, and this is what you have to fulfill right away. But don't get up yourself. Allow me to guarantee you and your baby a good night's sleep. By the way, there's a good chance that you never heard of me or all these soothing baby thing, and there's a good reason that you see until now I kept my soothing baby myself until I didn't have a reason to share my calming signals. Then it hit me with an unforeseen hailstorm swooping down. After racking my brain and trying to come up with a way to please wife, again, this doesn't concern the person again. Okay, now like why you're selling it and giving an offer and so forth. That's like a standalone offer, but it doesn't fit. Okay, so try to cut this from the copy. Okay, maybe this is the kind of reason why copy you might give later on when you want to justify the price. Say, okay, then I normally sell this for $100, but I'm going to give you for $50 because this is one of the reasons. Okay, at that point it might be more believable, but at this point, you know, somebody is reading it, they want to know, how can I get this problem solved? Okay, so this section might be used to justify the price, but it doesn't make sense at this copy. When I started selling for calm sounding baby, okay, the testimonials would fit best. If you have a really strong testimonial from someone who is very credible, then you can place the testimonial very high in the letter. But testimonials are best placed where you've already introduced the product. And so now, because you've introduced the product, you can now talk about the satisfaction that people have been getting from the product. Okay, so I would move these testimonials later on, make them contextual. In other words, then, if you say, well, it makes you sleep 8 hours a night, well, give a testimonial. Someone said that now I'm sleeping 8 hours per night. So you want to make the testimonials contextual, let them fit into the flow of into the flow of the copy. But it's best to present the testimonials after you have presented the benefits of the product. Okay, I realize I truly sorry I hadn't tapped into it, just how beneficial my student based on library voice noise. May get better sleep than I've expected, despite having a young daughter. So why shouldn't I help other parents get sleep and so forth as well? Okay. Despite an array of shiny positive testimony like this, I couldn't possibly expect to pay off Guru and lease. Okay, I've commented on the photo side of it already. But that means, okay, and here now into price presentation. Again, this should come later on in the letter. Okay, the price presentation should something that should come later after you presented the benefit. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I asked you to write out the outline of the copy, and hoping that you look at the persuasion architecture video, and you'd realize the letter have a particular order, and how you're going to present those ideas in that particular order is very important. So here the price justification should come after you've presented the product and the benefits of the product and given testimonials. Then you say, well, if you're interested in this product, well, here's how you can get this product, and here is where you want to now justify the price for the for the product. Okay, now you can help your baby once and for all using one of the improved and untested baby soothing sounds library. There's nothing more important to you than baby happiness, and there's nothing more painful than that's what I pay for. I've been there before. In fact, the reason I created this evolution of calm baby sound library was because I couldn't stand the fact that my life would fall apart if I didn't feel a real solution. That's book. I tried everything. I was ready to give up and throw in the diaper. I felt destined. Okay, this is something that should have come earlier on. Okay, and again, that's why I asked you to, to write out. That's I'm going back to the same idea as well too. So I was hoping that, before I actually do the critique, that you would have made some changes and you realize from doing the exercises of presenting the order that's there. Okay, well, it didn't work that way. But I'm still looking for that flow of idea. Okay, and the flow of idea I would suggest here is that you make a promise to the person about what you can do for their baby. Talk about the problems that they are having. Talk maybe a lot about your experience to give your credibility. Okay, to develop your credibility and so forth, and then you present the product. Okay, you present the product, then you present the benefits that this product is from. Okay, then the next thing you do, you give testimonials of how people have been using the product. Then you present the price. Then you go on to present the price of the product. Then you justify the price. Then you give a bonus or whatever, give a guarantee or whatever, and then you have your call to your call to action to say now it's time to you to buy. Okay, but as the letter is written here now, too many ideas just come in anywhere into the letter. Okay, this idea of being frustrated and how you came up with the product and something is something that should have come earlier on in the letter. Okay, but I was at breaking point and ready to try anything. We're not going to find out my wife's hair dryer and gave it a shot. Made my daughter stop fussing and crying, and needless to say, I did. So there was still one that worry. How could I wait to hair dryer and so forth? Okay, now this again would have been an interesting story about a hair dryer. Okay, this would have been an interesting story to come earlier on. Okay, at least this is a way of getting attention. So in other words, then this should have been in the attention step of the letter. Okay, this should have come in the attention step of your of the letter. Okay, how the hair dryer trick, use the hair dryer trick and so forth, and this would at least justify your justify your product. Okay, she fell asleep as fast and was aiming at bed. That was a moment. Okay, that was a moment I felt life was changed. It was a sound that was calming her. Why didn't you come for the variety of sound noise? Thankfully, one of the best friends was a sound engineer, so I developed some similar sound that I played MP3. If you are yourself falling apart, sleep. You can hear, take a deep breath, relax, and get your comfort premise so you can get to sleep. And if you finally get your hands on a revolutionary solution, okay, now you can have a calm, happy, and sleepy, loving baby using the special MP3 soothing sounds. Okay, relaxing, relaxing, no, stop struggling. I have the real solution for you, and prove that I can do, and to prove that I can do about you and your baby. Not only can get you, you can grab this bonus. Okay, to talk about the problem, take care of your child. Okay, taking the bonus here. You are fully backed by 100% guarantee. That means you are getting colic and means your colic. Okay, all because I'm a victim of being very smart and those pictures. I'm giving you a complete package. It's time to do the right things. Get the whole package now. If you understand that the price will increase as soon as you pay off. Okay, you will not find any more than effective solution for baby colic. My predicament. Again, I barely believe that I'm giving with this effective solution, and that's fine. Don't forget that you are fully covered by guarantee. Okay, not bad PSs. Remember that the price will be raised soon. You need to know. Act now. You can possibly find product specification. Okay, as far as Indian countries recommended download can take a while, but either way you will receive the files. Okay, that's here. Okay, and so as the same thing I've said from the beginning, the product, the letter lacks organization, and what I would suggest is that I think the closest you come to the headline idea here is where is it? One of your subheads. This one of the subheads. Okay, this subhead came closest to what you can use um, for your headline, but for this headline, I would kind of use curiosity. Um, I've used how how a strange trick that anyone can do, calm baby or something like that. Using the referring to the hair dryer. Okay, but let's take it back to the top now to talk about the organization, how the letter is organized. I think you talk about make them a promise. Talk about the story of the hair dryer. Let them know how you went to an engineer and so forth and was able to get the get the thing here, get the sounds that match the hair dryer, and let them know the results that people are getting from using this little trick. Then you can go on to talk about the justification of your price. Now, before you tell them, well, buy or this is the price, you can tell them the story about the photos, but try not to go too much of a detail, because that's kind of a take the letter off track. You present your bonus, and present your bonus and your guarantee, and then you call for action. Okay, so a lot of the letter needs to be to reorganize so that it can flow, and this will take you a lot closer to where you want to be. Okay, because of the cost of the product, you don't really have to do a lot of writing per se, because for $15 you don't have to do a lot of writing, to get that kind of a sale. But at the same time, your writing and the letter itself, has to flow, and this is a challenge I find that you're having now